Yeah, you've probably heard those words before, right? It's kind of chilling. It's the tagline that's become this warning shot from the shadowy corners of the internet. It's the calling card for one of the most mysterious and, honestly, influential forces of the 21st century.
So let's dive in. In this explainer, we're going to try and peel back the layers on Anonymous. We're going to get past the headlines, beyond the Hollywood version, and really try to figure out what it is, where it all started, and why it still matters so much.
And that's the big question, isn't it? Who or maybe what is anonymous? Are we talking about some elite crew of hackers, a secret society, a political movement? Well, the truth is way more complex and a whole lot more interesting.
Okay, so to really get it, we've got to start with the image, the myth, the powerful idea that has totally captured the world's imagination. You know these symbols, for sure. That Guy Fawkes mask made famous by the movie V for Vendetta, those creepy, digitally altered voices in their videos. The media loves to paint this picture of a global army of hacktivists or internet vigilantes. But here's the thing. That popular image, it's just scratching the surface. It's not the whole story, not even close. All right, here's the first big mental shift you have to make. To really understand Anonymous, you've got to throw out the idea that it's some kind of club you can sign up for. Yeah, there's no CEO of Anonymous, there's no membership application, no secret handshake, no official headquarters. It's just not a group like that. One journalist put it perfectly. If you believe in Anonymous and call yourself anonymous, you are anonymous. See, it's an idea. It's a banner that literally anyone can decide to pick up and wave. So where did this crazy idea come from? Well, you have to go back to around 2003, to let's call it the primordial ooze of the internet, 4chan. On its chaotic B-board, everyone posted as anonymous. And after a while, something weird started to happen. People began acting as if anonymous was a single entity, a single person. This is where we get the term hive mind. It's like this giant, anarchic, global brain. Think of a flock of birds. They all move together, perfectly coordinated, but there's no single bird in charge. That was anonymous.
And what did this new internet hive mind want to do in the beginning? Oh, mostly just cause chaos. Pure, unadulterated chaos, just for fun. It was all about the lulz. If you don't know, lulz is just old school internet speak for laughs, usually at somebody else's expense. So the early days of Anonymous, all about pranks, trolling, and causing mayhem, just because they could.
But then something shifted. All that chaotic, prankster energy, it started to find a target, a purpose. The mission went from being just for the lulz to something that looked a lot like real-world activism. To really appreciate how big of a shift this was, you gotta look at what they were doing before. Take the famous raid on Habbo Hotel in 2006. It's this online social game, mostly for teens. So hundreds of Anons all created the exact same avatar, a guy in a black suit with a big afro, and used them to form a human wall, blocking the entrance to the virtual pool. Their sign said the pool was closed due to fail and AIDS. It was absurd. It made no sense. It was just pure chaos for the fun of it. And you can see that evolution right here. It starts on 4chan in 2003, moves to goofy stuff like the Habbo Hotel raids, and then, bam, 2008, a huge leap. All of a sudden, this isn't about trolling a teenager's game anymore. Now they're going after a massive, powerful global organization. This was it. This was the moment everything changed. It all started when the Church of Scientology tried to force a leaked, pretty embarrassing internal video of Tom Cruise off the internet. You know the saying, don't poke the bear. Well, they poked the hive mind. And the hive mind saw this as a direct assault on the internet itself, on the whole idea of free information. And for the very first time, Anonymous had a real cause, and it's what catapulted them onto the world stage as hacktivists. And the way they fought back was kind of brilliant. They used everything. Of course, they launched DDoS attacks. That's basically when you flood a website with so much junk traffic that it just crashes. But they also took it offline, sending all black faxes to waste all their ink and organizing real physical protests in cities all over the world. And this is when the Guy Fawkes mask became the uniform, the symbol, a way for a crowd of individuals to become one anonymous face. After the Scientology fight, it was like a dam broke. For the next 10 years, that anonymous banner was flown in countless operations, disrupting governments, huge corporations, pretty much anyone they saw as an enemy. And just look at how wide-ranging their targets were.
You've got major political activism, like helping protesters during the Arab Spring and Occupy Wall Street. Then there's the whole anti-censorship angle, going after huge companies like PayPal and Visa when they try to block donations to WikiLeaks. And then you have social justice campaigns, everything from targeting police departments during the Ferguson protests to unmasking members of the KKK.
And make no mistake, these actions had very real consequences. I mean, $5.5 million. That's how much PayPal estimated it lost when Anonymous attacked them during Operation Payback. We are way past online pranks here. This is high-stakes economic warfare. But that kind of warfare, it bites back. Even though the name is anonymous, the people behind the keyboards weren't ghosts. Law enforcement all over the world got very good at tracking them down. Dozens of people were arrested and prosecuted in the US, the UK, all over. That mask of anonymity was powerful for sure, but it wasn't bulletproof.
And all of this brings us to the biggest question of all, right? The one that really defines Anonymous's legacy. How are we supposed to think about them? Are they the good guys, the bad guys? I mean, just let this sink in. In 2012, Time magazine listed Anonymous as one of the 100 most influential people in the world. Not a group. A leaderless idea was considered a person. That's wild. Their impact is undeniable. The real question is, was that impact a force for good or not?
And depending on who you ask, you get wildly different answers. On one side, you have people who see them as digital freedom fighters, a modern-day Robin Hood keeping power in check. But on the other side, critics see them as a cyber lynch mob, a reckless force acting as judge, jury, and executioner with zero accountability.
And here's what's really fascinating. That same fight isn't just happening out in the world. It's been raging inside the idea of Anonymous from the very beginning. It's this constant tug of war between the serious political activists and the original trolls who are still just in it for the lulz, who just want to watch the world burn.
So, that's the question I want to leave you with. In this age of constant surveillance, where everything we do online is tracked, what is the place for a force like Anonymous? Are they a necessary evil? A chaotic check on power? Are they a dangerous threat to a stable society? Or are they something else entirely? Maybe just a mirror, reflecting the internet itself. Powerful, unpredictable, and completely uncontrollable. What do you think?